Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. So today I'm just going to be talking about this last week. I started doing ovulation tests every day. I've just run out of ovulation tests, and I think I've got some coming in the mail today, luckily, just the Amazon cheapy strips. So I just found out over the weekend that you can have, or you will ovulate before your first period after you get off of birth control, which I did not know. So I'm like so excited about that because I thought I would have to wait, whatever amount of time between getting my first period and la-di-da before I could even get pregnant. So I'm so excited that I can try as soon as possible, like even without a period. I started ovulating, or no, I didn't start ovulating. I started ovulation testing on, I think it was Friday, on Valentine's Day. And I started taking, the first one that I took was at night, and the line was actually really dark. I've taken these tests before. I had 10 of them, and there was literally no line, like not at all. So the fact that there's a line now is really awesome for me. I know that they're technically still negative, but I can't remember if I tried them but when I was on my birth control, or I think I had just gotten off of it. It was like the week of, and I started trying to test, but I had no line, so I stopped testing. And then the next week I started testing like randomly, and now this is week 3 off of birth control, which I had Nexplanon, which is the implant in your arm. I believe it's similar to Implanon, but I'm not sure. So I started testing this week, or last week, for ovulation, and I did get some lines. I started testing morning and night. I did skip, I think, one night, but I feel like my lines are stronger at night, just because my body has woken up, and so I think once I get my cheapies, I'm going to start testing later in the morning, because what I've been doing is like my first morning urine, and I don't think that the line that comes up is totally accurate, because I don't know much about cervical mucus, but when I do check after, my ovulation test, I just feel like it's just not giving 100% effort, when it could be, a little bit darker, just like, an hour or two after waking up. So yeah, because I've checked it this morning and it was like really thick. Sorry, TMI, but I mean, all of these pregnancy TTC videos are TMI, so you're just gonna have to live with it. So yeah, it was pretty thick this morning, and so I feel like the line that came up just isn't justifying what I'm finding in my body, but who knows. So yeah, here's my tests. So as you can see, this one is really dark. And that was Valentine's Day, so February 14th. And then the next one was like barely even there. And that was a morning one, I believe. Yeah, morning. I've labeled them N for night, M for morning. So I've only been doing this for a few days. But yeah, so the morning ones I feel like are super light. This one's a morning one. This one was today. And this was morning on Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. This was Sunday. So yeah, they're kind of all over the place right now. I'm excited to get my cheapies in because I feel like the women that post videos on that, they get really good lines, whether it be, you know, not ovulation time versus like a progression thing. So I'm hoping that I will ovulate soon. I've heard that like first ovulation for a couple of people wasn't until like a month and a half later after birth control. So we'll see what happens with us. But also, as you can see, I'm doing these like I'm supposed to be on my cycle right now. Because obviously these are super, super early cycle days. So I've talked about before, my last menstrual cycle was December. I still haven't had any signs of coming to a period, so like no cramping, which I always have cramping, and no anything else except for just checking my ovulation things. So that's why I'm testing like cycle days. I don't know if I even should keep track of that, honestly, because I don't think it really matters at this point because I haven't even had a cycle for 2 months. So yeah, I am so excited to keep tracking this and see where it goes. Hopefully it works the first time. We'll see. But yeah, so I don't think that I will I won't video all of my tests because, I mean, after a while that just gets old. But I will definitely start videoing once it gets closer. Like, once my lines start progressing, I will definitely start videoing for you guys so that you can see my progression. And I will take some pictures probably of like ones that are like completely deado tests, and then kind of line them up with what I'm seeing with the progression, because of course I want to be able to compare. Yeah, so that's our little update. All of that pulling sensation and all of that I talked about before also has gone away. So unfortunately I am not pregnant, which, I mean, I kind of knew on the inside of me. I was just hoping that somehow I got lucky, but I didn't. But that's okay. I'm just being super impatient. I mean, heck, it's only been 3 weeks since I got my birth control out, so just gotta be patient, right? You know? Anywho, click the subscribe button if you want to keep following my journey and get to see all my future videos.